Hello there. I just thought I'd make a short video about my kind of classical music or just in general like music heroes, people who I aspire to be like or who I like take on inspiration from, and just in general talk about my current compositional style and approach to bass technique and composition more generally. So, one person I really like is Xavier Foley. He has this wonderful capacity to get the whole bass to ring out. I just like that's basically just like a G major slash E, and almost every single note in there is a harmonic, which is why it just rings out so beautifully. Also, like this isn't from one of his pieces, but just kind of inspired by his approach to chords and voicing. Just open strings, resonant. You can also add harmonics if you want. And he has this wonderful touch to bass. He's inspired by pop music, by all kinds of different genres, and his right hand technique is excellent. Like if you want a masterclass on right hand technique, just watch any of Xavier Foley's videos. His bow control is amazing. He has so good tone, and just looking at his right hand really kind of opened my eyes and just made me pay more attention to my right hand technique. And definitely one other influence, which is kind of strange, I think he's called Richard Narroway. He has this wonderful series on the Piatti caprices and how you should perform them. And in this, he talks about bowing variations. So like if you have like, let's say an A major arpeggio, it's gonna be A major slash E, A7 slash E, let's say. So if you want to do the like bowed, that was horrible, but you get it. Just legato staccato, just double up staccato. Again, horrible example, but you get the idea. Of course, this wasn't Richard Narroway's idea. I'm so sorry, I forgot where he got it from, but it's really been influencing how I approach left hand technique. And another influence is Adam Benezra. He's an amazing virtuoso double bassist and composer. He has this kind of he kind of made me think about chords on the bass more. For example, one thing that I kind of got from him, he has this piece called "Can't Stop Running." Definitely check that out. Where he has this kind of but it's completely in chords. It's something like, I don't know the exact chords because I don't have the transcription and my ear isn't that good, but like that. And it's just kind of opened my eyes to the possibility of harmonies on the double bass. For example, like you can do I'm still working on that. That's actually kind of something similar to like flamenco rasgueado. And some from the flamenco world, Renat Garcia Fons, he's amazing. Check him out. He uses ricochets in a very interesting way. It's kind of like tremolo, but just ricochet. It's I don't know. Like he he does melodies with that. I heard, like, of course, why not? Like, it's just incredible. And one influence also Shostakovich. I just like how incredibly emotional his pieces and how distressing, let's just say, like, for example, one of my I'm composing a sonata with an opening like this. That's kind of from like Sibelius, which I didn't think about at the time, but it's cool nonetheless. You know, just like, and that brings more generally to something I really, really, really like, which is very closed intervals with a pedal, and that's super easy to do the double bass since, you know, half steps are just. So, for example, I have a piece in the works. Doesn't have a name yet. That kind of idea. Later on, it's. And then I just kind of bring it. The whole piece is about like it's gonna be about the pedal G, just different harmonies, kind of just moving around. And also like. Like that's just horribly out of tune, but you get the point. And I've been kind of developing this kind of chromatic approach to fingering. Nothing new, I'm certain, but it's I just like things being, you know, the same, just like. That kind of thing. Also Paganini, I really like Paganini, how he like developed his own techniques. And I kind of wish to do the same for bass. Like, of course, there's like not much you can invent nowadays. Everything has been done, but it's just I just like how it brings like different characters out of the music, which is just listen to his caprices. They're amazing, and each of them has like a unique character. He's a man of many sounds, Paganini. People usually associate him with the kind of devilish virtuosity, but there's more to him. Like, listen to his guitar sonatas as well. They're very, very kind of warm and open. So yeah, one thing also, like Yizei. I'm gonna keep saying one thing also because my musical influences are there's incredible many of them. Yizei, his sonatas are just. If you want to hear Yizei played right, you gotta listen to Augustin Hadali. He just is a wonderful touch of playing the violin, and I like how musical he makes everything. He kind of. Someone said that he reveals the poetry hidden within the music, and this was a comment on his Yizei 6 Sonata. And yeah, this is just a quick summary. So the one thing that is still quite in the works is I want to learn how to do surrealist improvisation. And my method for that, someone can steal this if they want to, is learning to combine all the different notes of the chromatic scale across the different strings. So, you know, like approaching surrealist improvisation just as a whole seems like an insurmountable task. But the thing is, like all music, you split it into parts. So I'm just gonna start in half position, just 4 notes. And you know, how many ways can you play that? Such that you play each pitch only once. those are a few approaches, and then so basically you're gonna learn all of these series first, just every possible combination of that, and then just ingrained so that you can like you don't have to think, because if you need to think that much doing surrealist improvisation, then it's not gonna work. So then you add on the string, and you have all the vocabulary that you developed on this, but you now can add harmonies, or at least more clear harmonies. For example, one way to go through all the different pitches would be to use just kind of this kind of motion. So grab kind of 2/4 but staggered, so I said it's a major third and a tritone. So basically that would sound like. So that would be one combination. You could also so yeah, that's the basic idea, and then we just go up to the E. So that would be like, I'm gonna write a whole method for this, starting with studies and stuff like that. You know, make it real formal. So just I think the first book is just gonna be half position E string, A string, and I guess if you want the, wait, hold on. Yeah, Kuru doesn't know his fucking chromatic scales. Anyway, yeah, that will be very important. So yeah, I'm using Simandl fingering, so don't worry about it. So yeah, that's kind of some of my influences. Right now I'm really digging into folk music, like Finnish, traditional Finnish folk songs. So like some of the lullabies I was sung as a kid, which 100% have like been a part of my musical influences as well, Finnish traditional music, and just the Finnish language. Like, of course, I have a very broad. I listen to a very broad, like, I listen to a lot of music basically, as any composer should. You shouldn't limit yourself to one. Like, one thing I really haven't dig that deep into is hip hop and rap, but I'm planning to. No worries about that. And currently kind of starting to figure out metal on how it works on the double bass, and actually classical technique, really, like all of the bowing stuff, like sautier, ricochet, and just like arpeggios and stuff. That's the fundamentals of it. Like the arpeggio I showed earlier. This. I mean, that would totally work in a metal context, and like definitely like Vivaldi and all these virtuoso composers. Like if they had like they definitely were the first metal musicians in spirit. And yeah, I really want to explore that. So there's something I miss. Oh yeah, I guess improvisation. So like a lot of my pieces are written through improvisation, as you might have noticed if you browse my channel somewhat. So, and of course, one kind of obvious that you mentioned when you think about it, but an influence that some people don't really think about is your instrument. Like, of course, of the voicings that I like, like those work definitely on different instruments, and I really like this kind of third and an octave. You can add the or if you want to, you could technically. But that barre here is kind of hard. But so I see that also in piano pieces, and I'm also a pianist, an aspiring concert pianist. So yeah, that was just a quick summary. I could keep going for hours, honestly, but I wanted to keep this somewhat brief so that people, actually watch it. So yeah, also one thing you should you can hopefully look forward to. I'm gonna write a set of 24 caprices. For example, the G pedal piece that's probably gonna be in my caprices. And there's this I've been Marcus Machado's approach to fingering is really influential to me. So, for example, he realized that, like, after watching him, I realized, or maybe I saw him do it. I don't quite remember that you can just in B major you can just do thirds at the neck heel, like. Whatever. Also, but okay, I need to stop this now because I was about to go on a rant about Borisini, and you don't want to hear that. So yeah, that's brief snapshot. Look forward to the caprices. I'll try to release like drafts of them soon because I want to keep the creative juices flowing. Okay, if anyone actually made it to the end of this incoherent rant, I really appreciate it. And see you next time, I guess.